Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first game. We will start things off with a ZVT yet again. Good to see our Zerg players really marching through and looking to make it as far as they can. And hey, it's going to be one of those hopefuls we haven't seen for quite a while. It's going to be AgentX versus RJVP. Now, a little bit of story time here for AgentX, of course, has been a long time supporter of the replay system. Something also to note, though, I think this is the furthest she's gone into the quarantine tournament so far. So far so good. Really good to see our Zerg player doing really well. And this is something we've been talking about for quite a while in the quarantine tournament setup. It was Protoss and Terran dominated at the early days of, quarantine. But now, into quarantine number 5, our Zerg players into the lower brackets really showing on up, providing such good gameplay, and all honesty, looking to mirror some of the best seen onto the other bracket in the Masters Plus one. So it really goes to show everyone trying to progress as much as possible, but RJVP gonna be big test for our Zerg player, and that's something we also noted for quite a while. We haven't seen any Zerg player make it to the semifinals, I believe. But this is only round number 3. Our next round is going to be round number 4. And that will be the quarterfinals there. So there is a big chance in terms of history that the Zerg player can make it. Question is, though, will it be AgentX or will RJVP be able to shut her down into this best of 3? Now, don't forget, though, in a BO3, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is take 2 wins and get it going. ZVT action, though, here onto Golden Wall. Gonna be pretty interesting to say the least. Bigger map can go for the macro, and something we always talk about is the risk-reward system we see on Golden Wall. It really feels like whoever can go for that gold might be able to get some money, sure, but at the same time, the harassment will be very pesky, to say the least. Still, though, who is gonna have a treasure of the time? That's gonna be it here. Question right now is, will it be the setup of Golden Wall allowing the side of AgentX to go for the safer macro, or will it be RJVP looking to anchor on and push on forward? Big shout outs there to Dawes. Hey Dawes, how you doing? You did great yesterday and hope you do great also next Tuesday in our next tournament, whichever you're going to be participating in. But in any case, though, let's get it on. Let's get into the game. Let's get into the matchup. And this is your first game in our 6-match series in round number 3 here in your local tournament, the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 5. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Quarantine number 5. If you guys don't know what Quarantine is, it has been the tournament of choice for the StarCraft PH scene since the Quarantine era really started. It feels like it's been so long already since we've gone to, well, the outside world. We did things like that. But hey, in this case, though, at the very least, we see our StarCraft community coming out in full force, and we had so many successful tournaments because of it. So, you know, a blessing in disguise, but still, it's not a blessing at all, guys. Please stay safe. For now, though, this is round number 3. This is your round of... is this round of 16 already? No, this is your round of 16, and we'll find out who'll make it to the quarterfinals after these matches. Introducing first, though, here on the Purple Zerg, on the west side of Golden Wall, it is your Purple Zerg. It is AgentX. In the meantime, here on the right side of Golden Wall, on the eastern corner we go, and it is our Blue Terran, RJVP. So here you go, guys, and AgentX. AgentX, you're already doing something pretty cheeky. I like this. I like this a lot. Interesting starts to our tournament. That's for sure. Interesting enough, though, we have the AgentX drones waiting for this extractor for some reason. What's the plan right here for AgentX? Puts an extractor here. Looks to mine a few things. Oh my god, that's so smart. Oh my god, that's so smart. So while this is all happening, she gets pulled. She is only on 1 hatch, though. But now, since she doesn't need to go all the way back to spawn to, well, her hatchery to bring back those minerals, because she's trading the minerals for gas. And oh my god, I think this is the first time I've ever seen this in the community. This is pretty big brain, to say the least. And AgentX, you know, when I talk about AgentX and her replays, there's some crazy stuff with her cheeses and also how she's able to defend against cheeses. But this time, though, using the map to the most interesting degree. Now, if you guys don't know what Golden Wall is all about, there is a whole south side of the map that is basically barricaded away by minerals. And right now, Agent X is using these drones to, at the very least, make a small opening to allow her to surprise her opponent. RJVP, in the meantime, though, not paying attention. And we'll see if this blue Terran can actually get enough going, because he is going to get flanked from the other side instead. Look at that. He's fortifying his main ramp because he saw the pool first there from Agent X. She's getting metabolic boost, but for now, I don't think RJVP is aware of where this assault is coming from. South side of these minerals gonna be gone. Hatchery gonna be proxied up as well, and Agent X, what a good start this one is. Really goes to show, though, a lot of research here for Agent X. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen it in the local scene. I know if I've seen this somewhere else on YouTube. Was it, I think it's either local or winter. One of those two, guys. But yeah, here comes Agent X, though, looking for a surprise. And peekaboo, I see you. The Zerg is already looking to hamper this mineral line and going for some FTVs here onto the main. Can be able to pick off the mule, though. It runs out of energy. And RJVP forced to go for the full instead. Luckily, though, for RJVP, he has a natural, he has a bunker, and he can always go for the lift on up instead. But this is Agent X bringing in the chill. I'm looking at the chat right now, and yes, this is the winter strat right now. And look at this, Agent X just bringing in the swarm. What the flood of Zerglings gonna be into play, shutting down this main base with the early aggression. And in all honesty, she can easily use her proxy right now to anchor a good part of an attack. With the hatchery nearby, all she needs to do is go for higher tiers of tech. And RJVP, though, gonna be keeping hold up into the bunker. 2 Marines on the inside is gonna be very dangerous here for Agent X. At least she's gonna get rid of the bunker, but at the same time, losing so many Zerglings along the way. Twin pumped out Marines gonna be on the other side of the wall. RJVP making sure the rally point is in order. But my oh my, Agent X already forcing RJVP to go somewhere else. And an interesting call to go for the golden instead. So that's an interesting strat. So RJVP now is forced to go for the golden wall base. And in this case, Agent X is a really good spot to harass if she can just get the creep spread all the way here, put some spines, put the queens there, and really bother the SCV line as much as possible. So an interesting start to our rounds. And of course, guys, we'll be doing 3 golden diamonds, 3 master pluses. Later on, we'll be joined by Mr. Malapates of ABP into the master plus brackets. And in a case like this, it's going to be Hellions right now looking to defend a little bit more. RJVP, though, his economy still gonna be pretty solid for the time being. Agent X is able to take the lead with that early aggression and able to take map control as well. But I worry about Agent X just a little bit if RJVP decides to go for an assault and shut down a hatchery or two. But at the very least, Agent X is ready to go. I do want to see a bunker, though, onto the low ground just in case an RJVP is gonna do that. Backs in the meantime, looking to scout around, see whatever's going on. And against Zerg, Terran can easily do this because they don't have much anti-air besides the Queen in the early game. The pretty spicy start. RJVP, though, is enhanced, of course, by the Twin Orbital Command. Mules are into play here onto the rich mineral fields, and I love to see it. I love seeing all the money go to that way. And Fusion Core, actually, here for RJVP. So instead of anything bio-related, he's gonna go for the Fusion Core, which means this has to be Battle Cruiser. Battle Cruiser Rush hasn't been seen for quite a while already. Question is, though, will it be effective enough against a base that is completely unprotected? Then sure, it might work, but the Roaches right now going for the duels. Here we go, the Zerglings as well, pushing on forward. Agent X, though, trying to keep the damage alive with these Roaches in behind. And picks off a few Hellions along the way, as well as Marines. Widow Mines, though, burrowing on down. Can they get the lock on in time? Yes, they do. Damage is there. But the Ravager right now, that's quite low, will be turning into a Ravager. The Roach, rather, is quite low, turning into Ravager here. Bala is going to be available. Makes it to drop into from the skylines. And Agent X right now looking to just add in a little more DPS onto the range department. Ravager, though, will fall. Hellions gonna be there. And the thing to note is both sides have good ideas on the macro, but in the micro department, they do need to mobilize a little bit more. Queen right now spreading in some creep even more so. Question right now, does Agent X know that the third base is where the rich mineral field is? Yes, she does. So she's not creeping there. She's looking to take control of the main base instead. And we don't what a ballsy play here from both sides. But let's see. This BC, it's looking to fly up in the air. Capital ship is abound. In the meantime, though, for Agent X, she's going for that lair tech. No spine crawlers, no spore crawlers, rather, still here for Agent X. And the real question right now is, what can the BC do? 7 minutes in, AgentX is bothering the Terran from above. The high ground advantage has been completely ignored because AgentX has taken the advantage, taken her sweet time, and taking the position her opponent started on in. But here comes the Battle Cruiser, and it's high time to see what this can do. Going for the roaches here and now. Still though, there's a pretty good number of roaches looking to find a little bit more damage, but they do need to back on out soon because this BC is having a field day and more. The laser batteries are getting DPS along the way. Worker count though gonna be on the low part here for RJVP because not only is his natural getting hurt, but his new main is getting hampered as well. These are the Zerglings right now going for the brawl. The SCPs are full to try and go for the fight, but in essence though, this is crippling the economy of RJVP. And his saving grace right now is this one BC. Battlecruiser operational, flying up in the air. 16 SCVs still have gone down everywhere and anywhere. Zerglings are infiltrating. And even though we see AgentX creeping on forward with some crawlers, she only has 2 spore crawlers here and now. Tactical warp though into play. Question is, where did the BC go? Where are you, Mr. Battlecruiser? There you are! All the way on the west side. Queen right now gonna get hampered yet again. Some drones do die, but the SCVs are still falling apart at the seams. And it honestly doesn't matter here. AgentX right now is just cleaning up house. And this will force RJVP in the base race scenario. Can AgentX though buy enough time to get enough anti-air against the BC? This Richmond field is always a death trap, and you can see why. 29 SCVs have gone down. Interesting enough though, RJVP still has 6 workers. But with a second BC online, here we go again with the air versus ground battle. Unfortunately though for RJVP, this is all he's got, guys. This is all he has. And I really don't think he can build anything else by this point in time. Maybe a Raven if he's able to get the economy, but he's forced to go for a lift off on the starport instead. And now this is the Battlecruiser bullying the hatchery as much as possible. Hero BC, 18 kills to his name. But with all of these Zerglings right now looking to come closer and closer to that base, they're just going to be chewing on that metal. They're going to be eating every single thing the RJVP has and more. 37 SCVs have finally fallen, and all of them are down and out from this game. So in essence, RJVP only has to buy time. The only thing he can do right now is fly these buildings away and look at the very least to make sure that he can find an opportunity or two. But while all of this is happening, there is AgentX bringing the Sparts. The Spire is still alive. It's been there for quite a while, even though it's off creep. It's gonna be Corruptors now looking to morph on into the fray. Lair Tech is on as well. This is looking really good for AgentX. Anti-air is in effect, and it's anti-armor as well. As here comes the Corruptors right now as the Spore Hours go, and I don't think that RJVP can keep this up anymore. There's not going to be enough here for our Blue Terran to stay alive, especially in the face of Corruptors. These things are just so strong against air units, bar none. Quite tacky as well, and GG is called. AgentX with the victory, and what a backstab there. The flank working out here in Golden Wall. Seems like it's a golden opportunity for AgentX to move on to the next round, but she still needs one more map to make it to the quarterfinals. There you go, guys. Game number 1. Pretty exciting to say the least. Golden Wall was a fun one. That's for sure. I love it. I absolutely love it. What a scrappy game. Yes, AVP. That exactly. And an interesting call. You know, it's an interesting call to say the least. I love seeing it into this setup. And hey, oy, is Mr. Vic here na pala? Are you done with your class? Hello? Are you done with your class?
Dismiss na ako.
Okay, very good. So,
I think
what you think
I'll
that game?
pop in a little bit later. Dinner muna.
Okay, sige. We'll have Mr. Malapate in, and later on, he'll be joining me into the broadcast. But that was a really good game, guys. I loved it already. And AgentX, oh boy, AgentX. Keep telling her. You keep telling her this is something that she can do. She loves to bring in something very sneaky, very fun to see, and using some Mimi strats, in all honesty, to the best degree, allowing her to take that win, cripple her opponent's economy. But you know, you gotta be careful with those PCs. It's all about that micro, and I really felt like it could have been good also to harass that third base, that Richmond field base, rather than going for the push there overall. But hey, it is what it is. The brute force method actually works, and you know, you can always just debate on what is the right call to do. In any case, though, our second map is coming our way, and it is Ice and Chrome LE this time. Still on the big side, so Not gonna be surprised to see Macro into a matchup like this, but RJVP, this guy needs to catch a break and he needs to catch this game and to make it a 1-1 scoreline. Can our Terran do it? Or will AgentX be able to run away with the whole shebang? Quinto Ice and Chrome though still has those similar, well, traits that we saw on Golden Wall. Pretty safe to go for some expanse, especially if you're hugging a side or two. You just gotta make sure that everything is connected by creep here for a Zerg. And on the Terran, it's all about taking that high ground as much as possible, taking those good fights, taking those good angles. But hey, it's now high time to get back into the game. Let's go. It's game number 2. AgentX up by 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are tuning on in after the finish of GSL, well, hello, and welcome to you guys. It was a pretty fun one. I was able to catch glimpses of it. And what was your favorite game there? So though, we go back to the local scene and we go back to the SCPH quarantine tournaments. And introducing first, here on the southwest side of Ice and Chrome Ellie, it is your purple Zerg, and she is one map ahead. Her name is AgentX. And her opponents here on the top right side of Ice and Chrome Ellie, looking to go for the comeback, looking to bring the acronyms on yet again. Maybe just go ASAP into the fire, into the furnace, and into the fray against the Zerg. This is your blue Terran, and his name is RJVP. So here we go again, guys. ZVT action. And last time we saw, well, AgentX bring in the winter strats on Golden Wall. Surprise, surprise, extractor. Used in a way to allow you to deboss up the minerals there, put them onto the shelf, and get some gas instead. Vice versa. No need to go for the hatchery. Really, really smart. Not too much of a pull. And in all honesty, if your opponent is not expecting it, they're not going to be wondering too much on where the drones are. Now, against a better opponent, I think the best response you can get is they're basically reinforcing that ramp. And RJVP, in all honesty, was playing it pretty smart. Good reinforcement onto the ramp, puts the bunker down there, even going to get that natural feeling confident enough in a case like that. But unfortunately, just wasn't enough against AgentX, and in the end, our Zerg player able to take that win there on Golden Wall LE. Solo this time, we are going to see a refinery already set up by RJVP, looking for a second one as well. Second base also for our Terran, as AgentX is ready to go with the hatcheries and the pools online. Reaper though, going to be looking to get into the fray yet again, all about that scouting information to say the least. And as I said, guys, this is only our first match. We still got so many games to go. We still got so much matches to play on. And in an instance like this, RJVP right now leaping on top, but AgentX is ready for it in a beautiful surround to force the Reaper away to come on back all the way to the low ground. For AgentX right now, trying to get a queen as well. Time though ticking though, AgentX is gonna have the Zerglings out in front. There we go, the queen going for the larva inject at the same time. It really feels like here for AgentX, she's looking to go for a more macro-based game this time. It's not going to be as surprising as the last matchup that we saw as the last round. And for the time being, though, Unbuildable Blade is going to get broken on down. What's the plan here, though, for our Terran? The 1-1 expand is good to go. Rack's going to have the reactor, and the factory will be able to get it along the way. So it seems like double pump Hellions to try and go for an opening, to try and bother his opponent as much as possible. Interesting call, though, for RJVP. The barracks now is going to be part of the natural wall. RJVP putting down the factory here to form up the main wall instead. And I don't really see this one too often, to have the bunker, to have the barracks rather, all the way far forward in a case like this. Speaking of bunkers though, here comes RJVP, even building another supply depot. And I can't wait to see him put down a bunker just in a case later on. Interesting enough though, we don't see too much defenses here for RJVP. At the very least, he has the positioning, and with the Hellions online, he can easily defend against these Zerglings. 15 HP though on that one. The lone Zergling now trying to run on away, and RJVP looking to build a great wall of supply depots instead into the front. But with 2 base economy, it's just so easy for our Terran player to build all the buildings he would like and more. They just come in like a candy pack, especially with the mules online and good to go from the atmosphere. In a case like this though, here we go again. RJVP. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broken, maybe I can fix it by doing it again. Fusion Core looking to go online yet again. BC Rush might be in order here. And an interesting call. An interesting call here for RJVP. He's also gonna go for the armory. I honestly thought he might be considering to go into mech instead, literally using the racks as a wall piece rather than anything else. So it seems like it's up into the stars we go again, as here in the meantime, RJVP harassing with the Hellions. All about being a bother, as AgentX does have the Roach Warren set up. 2 Evo Chambers also going to be online, looking for the +1 here onto the range upgrades. If you guys are just tuning on in, this is your first match of the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 5 Round 3 broadcast. In a case like this, though, Overlords right now gonna get morphed on in. Queen in the meantime with the inject yet again. Still, this are the Hellions waiting it on. And this BC is coming ever so closer, sooner and sooner and sooner. Question is, though, is AgentX ready for it? He has 4 queens now online. He has a good amount of creep spread to allow these things to congregate and come together. Just needs to be careful. All about that energy right now to try and stay alive with the transfusions. In a case like this, though, +1 gonna go up very, very soon. Can't wait to see this BC come on at. Question is really which target should RJVP go on? Should it be the main? Should it be the natural? Or should it be that third to try and hamper any parts of the economy? In any case, though, Overseer right now scouting on around. The Marines aren't going to have enough DPS to shut this down. And here comes the Battlecruiser. Immediately goes for the tactical warp to keep the element of surprise. But AgentX reacting accordingly, building some Spore Crawlers down onto the ground. Main base, though, now going to get hampered. Here we go with the BC going for the pokes and prods. The laser batteries are singing yet again, looking to burn everything down. And this is going to be one queen falling on apart. The BC, though, still in a good spot. Over half HP in this department. And the problem right now for AgentX is she's putting these queens out in front. She's putting these queens one by one, and the BC is going to be able to win the fight along the way. Spore Crawler, though, to put a stopping point to this one. AgentX reacting accordingly and more. 2 spores per base, looking very, very much overkill toward the time being. But here comes the mule drops. And you might think these are mana mules. No, this Battlecruiser desperately needs the repair. And RJVP needs to make sure that the repair there is auto-casted to keep it alive. What happened here? RJVP busy looking for the defense instead. And for some reason, the Hellions are hurting his own orbital command, not going for the attack here because AgentX had decided, okay, screw this. I'm going all in. I'm going for these roaches. There we go with the pull there for RJVP. And it really goes to show it's not the macro the problem of these players right now. It's the micro, but AgentX playing it really, really smart. She played it so well in the case that she's like, okay, I know I'm going to be going for the fight. I want to make sure I'm concentrating my efforts in the front line. And I'm going to build 2 Spore Crawlers just in case. AgentX also with the Overseer knows that the detection is absolutely necessary on this offensive. And my oh my, RJVP, how the tables have turned. These mules right now looking so very awkward, that's for sure. And these are the Roaches and the Ravagers going for the 3-base Roach Ravager timing attack. Very, very consistent onto the economy. And she can keep it up even though she's lost a number of drones because that worker count on RJVP's side. An absolute bit and siege tank right now trying to defend. Baldo will not connect, but it doesn't matter because the SCVs are too late to get in the way. Here we go again with the BC. Baldo catching on at the SCVs instead of the BC. And at the very least, RJVP microing this one to say the least. 550 HP and a dream. And with the balls right now connecting, they are just shutting the stream down one by one. Still, though, here we go again, and AgentX able to get into the proper spot, into the proper time. And this is looking so very good for our Zerg player. What an attack, and it hasn't stopped as of yet. AgentX is keeping it on. The pressure is here. We'll still see more and more of these roaches. While sure the siege tank is set on up and the Widowmine is there for the defense, you can really say that AgentX right now is in a pretty much insurmountable lead. 51 workers to a single SCV. Mules are going to be the only saving grace here for RJVP. In a situation like this, what's the plan? RJVP even setting up a planetary fortress all the way here in the far parts until a potential 4th base as a 3rd instead. Now, when you look at Isenchrome, of course, this is a spot of Isenchrome where it's kind of safe to go for a fort because it's very, very deep into your own territory. But for now, it's going to be RJVP deep into that 3rd middle line, looking to have this one out. Spore Crawler, though, still going to be into play. This BC right now tearing everything apart. The Queens are looking to congregate yet again. Transfusions are going to be absolutely instrumental. And even though we see +1 onto the BC, I don't really think it matters too much because the damage has already been done by AgentX. Proper time push proper timed attack caught out his opponent off guard, unprepared, and unable to micro accordingly. And now the killing blow, the hunt is on. These are the Zerglings and the Roaches looking to go for the push at the very least. And a very, very interesting series to say the least, guys. It really goes to show, though, any Agent X game is something. It doesn't mean it's a good thing, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means it's something. And for now, he's bailed out by the fact that the BC didn't get the micro, didn't get the repairs in time. And that Roach time push to just decide, hey, screw it. I'm gonna go for it. And able to take, well, such a big lead from there. For now, though, 10 minutes in, 55 versus 5 is just way too much by this point. Question is, though, where is that BC? It has 111 HP. It's still trying to survive. We saw the back cruiser right now looking to hurt a few things here and there. And the SCVs are going for a rampage instead. This one SCV is hurting the hatchery where it counts. You can really see it bleed already. But the BC now caught out by the Spartak yet again. There we go with the mutable. It's still so low-key here from AgentX. He's always ready with the Spire, which needs it the most. And now RJVP will vanish from the tournament, as Agent X will be our first quarterfinalist here in the Quarantine Tournament number 5 Gold to Diamond bracket. An interesting series to say the least. But you gotta say, though, Agent X very low-key at getting that Spire. And in all honesty, it's so unfortunate for RJVP unable to find it, unable to shut it down, because it's such the biggest threat against those BCs. It's been a while, though, since we've seen a Battlecruiser rush, so big kudos there to RJVP for bringing us a classic. But, you know, besides that, I really feel that it could have been a little better from him there. He had a good foundation here and there, but Battlecruiser rushes just aren't the best anymore. Agent X, though, in the meantime, with an amazing strat on the Golden Wall, and phew, getting bailed out there on the side of, well, that second map. All you guys say for Agent X is anticipate a few more things here and there, all about that information, but information overloading right now into us as Agent X will take that victory. And look at the map recap again, guys. Agent X right now is up by 2, and after this matchup, we'll be going into the next one shortly. We'll just take a quick little break and stay tuned, stick around. This is the Quarantine Tournament number 5. Don't forget, though, that is presented to you by Pure PC as well as Block 101 as our sponsors. And then for the production here in terms of casting, we got DL's Mizzle for always the administration, as well as the overlist. And here we are with DaksPH as well as iOSBoy Production. Check us guys out here on Twitch at twitch.tv/DaksPH, which you are on right now, and twitch.tv/iOSBoy Productions for them as well. We'll be taking a short little break, and when we come back, we'll get into our second round number 3 Gold to Diamond bracket matchup. Don't go away. There's more local action coming your way very, very soon.